Hello everyone, I am Deepak Aklecha, currently pursuing Integrated MTech in Information Technology from IIPS DAV Indore. This video has been created as a part of my SAD subject assignment under the guidance of Dr. Saligram Prajapat sir. In this video, we are going to discuss about the problem statement. We are going to cover all these points in this video. First, we will see what is the problem statement components, inputs, concept, example of problem statement, verification. So what is problem statement? Problem statement is a written statement that defines the problem by listing its symptoms, identifying a set of objectives for solving the problem, and indicating the problem's scope. A good problem statement lists symptoms, suggests the problem's likely causes, and estimates the resources needed to solve the problem. It serves to communicate to the user, to management, and to the technical people the analyzed understanding of the nature of the problem and an initial sense of the problem's resource implication. A well-written problem statement is an effective means of communicating the analyzed understanding of the problem and its causes to the user, technical, personnel, and management, thus helping to ensure that the right problem is solved. These are the components of problem statement. A list of observed symptoms stated in measurable form. The more specific the symptoms, the more likely it is that the problem will be solved. Second is a list of suspected causes stated as measurable business objectives. The objectives, if met, are likely to contribute to solving the problem or fixing the symptoms. Third point is that a preliminary estimate of the problem's resource implication or scope, typically stated in a financial terms, the scope represents the analyzed sense of the problem's magnitude. Input. The problem statement often serves as a charter or formal authorization for the information gathering and problem definition phase. The problem statement is often based on a limited number of preliminary interviews or observations. The detailed system requirements defined at the end of the analysis stage often reference the objectives in the initial problem statement. Detailed cost estimates, schedules, and budgets are typically based on the requirement and prepared before the design stage begins. Concepts. Once a problem is defined, a sense of its causes and its likely resource implication must be communicated to the user, to management, and to technical personnel. Generally, this communication takes the form of a written problem statement, sometimes called a statement of scope and objectives. A user needs assessment, an operations concept document, or a mission statement. Example of problem. Problem is a list of measurable symptoms. Examples of problem are inventory value is $100,000 too high. Second is our competitor can process an order in 1 day, but we need 3. The objective. The likely cause or causes usually stated as the measurable objectives that if achieved are likely to contribute to solving the problem. Here are examples of the objectives. Reduce average stock time by 2 days. Reduce inventory cost by $100,000 by eliminating obsolete inventory. Reduce inventory cost by $100,000 by reducing safety stock to a level sufficient to cover expected recorded time plus 5 days. Reduce sales order processing time by 1 day by improving paperwork flow. Scope. Scope is a sense of the problem's magnitude, often stated as a preliminary cost estimate. Examples. The estimated cost of this system is $10,000 plus or minus 25%. Preliminary estimates suggest that a team of 3 analysts or programmers will need 6 months to solve this problem. Verification. The first step in verifying the problem statement is to compare the symptoms to the objectives. Each symptom should be addressed by one or more objectives because often symptoms are not likely to be corrected. Each objective should address one or more symptoms because often objectives suggest overlooked symptoms or superfluous features. Comparing the scope to the symptoms allow the user to judge if solving the problem is worth the cost. Comparing the scope to the objectives allows the technical personnel to judge if they can achieve the objectives given the scope. The scope by itself allows management to determine if adequate resources are available. The combination of the symptoms, the scope, and the objective allow users, management, and technical personnel to independently determine if the problem is worth solving. Terms. Objective, a measurable goal which, if met, is likely to contribute to solving the problem. Problem statement, a written statement that defines a problem by listing its symptoms, identifying a set of objectives for solving the problem, and indicating the problem's scope. Scope, a sense of the problem's magnitude, often a preliminary estimate of the problem's resource implication or cost. I have taken references from the Information System Consultants Handbook, System Analysis and Design, and the notes by SP Sir in their site.